Hey, everybody, it's Natalie B. McKenzie with The Whole Woman, and welcome to this week's episode of Living Life Authentically with yours truly. I don't know about you, but it's May 2nd, and so that means we should be in full blown spring here in the Northeast, and things should be warming up. The weather continues to play games with us, so what are you going to do? One day it's 80 degrees, the next day, what do you know? I'm wearing a sweater, and then sometime later, I am needing to just get comfortable. Anywho, Mother's Day is just a week away, and I am sure you're looking for that perfect last minute gift. Well, we have that for you here at The Whole Woman. Just in time, you have just enough time left that you can order your box set filled with the Lady Mist candle. Oh, the aroma to die for. Lady Mist hand sanitizer. In the rose gold bottle. And of course, the Lady Mist Miracle Buttercream created by none other than Miracle Buttercream. We partnered with three phenomenal women who are women of color, and they did such an amazing job. That's Cita Lewis over at Miracle Buttercream, Mama Cita, got us this beautiful buttercream. It is amazing. It absorbs into the body, leaves you moisturized, feeling luxuriated, and of course, Shoe Cosmetics. Shoe Cosmetics worked along with us to create our own hand sanitizer fragranced by Lady Mist. And how could we forget the candle by School Sense? Now, here's what you need to know. School Sense created along with us the fragrance that goes through all of these products, and the fragrance is called Lady Mist. It's a perfect gift for mom, the neighbor, best friend, the librarian, school teacher, someone you just want to throw a little something extra in the box. And if you're like me and you have an amazing collection of women in your life that make up your love circle, perfect gift for them. So visit us at twww.thewholewoman.com/shop and get your gift box shipped off right away. We look forward to hosting you. So there you have it. Hello, Miss Ellie. We have a great guest today. Speaking of Mother's Day, but I won't let the cat out the bag. Our guest today, ladies and gentlemen, has been with us before. She chatted with us when we did quarantine. She, along with us, did so much to help to keep the community connected. Well, I'll tell you a bit about her. She, after 20 years of navigating a career in the healthcare space, decided she wanted to pull together her skills and of team building, of community connections, advocacy, media, and inclusivity. And she wanted to take all those skills and bring them under one roof. Her desire to bring brands, small businesses, campaigns, and nonprofit organizations to their optimum potential motivated her to utilize her diverse experiences and innate creativity to start her own company. This company, tevMedia, is a resource marketing consulting firm. Well, they're brand strategists and they take the attitude of positive media and they promote diversity, altruism, and excellence. Tevra, who's our guest today, founded Bergen in Color quite a few years ago, but she has since rebranded to NJ in Color, an online publication that connects to the diversity of North Jersey. Through this platform, she has created a safe space for cultural, social, and civic events that are shared in a growing audience of residents from Bergen County, Hudson, Essex, Passaic, and New York City. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Miss Tevra Francis.
Hi, everybody.
Hey,
Thank you for
Tevra.
having me, Natalie.
Wow, I feel like it's been forever since we really had a chance to just sit and chat.
It's been a while. It's been a while. We need to catch up off camera as well as on camera. How are you?
I'm great. It's such
Good,
a
good,
pleasure
good.
to have you. And Tevra, you during the pandemic did so much. I know we both stayed quite busy and we
Yes.
were visible, but you had a whole lot more going on. And before you even tell us about just what happened in the pandemic,
Mhm.
give us a quick synopsis on who you are, because your your background is unique, and what went into the making of beautiful Tevra
Oh
gives you
gosh.
a unique perspective. So tell us real quickly about yourself and get us caught up,
Oh,
because
okay.
we did the deep dive once before, but
Mhm,
let's get
mhm.
the new viewers caught up.
Okay, so in a nutshell, my name is Tevra Francis. I'm a wife. I'm now a mother. I live here in northern New Jersey. I'm originally from Southern California, from Los Angeles, born to Jamaican immigrant parents. Um, Went to the University of South Carolina. I lived in the South for quite a few years and moved up here to be with my now husband, and discovered that I didn't know anything about New Jersey or this area at all. I was a fish out of water, and I needed to learn very quickly how to navigate, the life here. I needed to learn about just everything and make new friends, and anything that you have to do when you move to a new area. And do my discoveries of just how to shop, how to get my hair done, where to go to church, all of those things. I felt that there's a void missing in, not to say the marketplace, but there's a void missing there's a space where if I needed it, I know somebody else would need this information as well. And I've also always heard, the best way to start a business is to solve a problem. And so uh, the problem that I had, I'm sure other people had as well. So that's where Bergen in Color started, by me just having a hobby as to sharing with people the things the little adventures that I had, and things that I found and events that I went to. And then it kind of bloomed into like an actual thing, influencer business. I don't know. And now, NJ in Color is kind of the new iteration of that, because so many things, as you know, this whole entire area is pretty interconnected. We can't do a whole lot in Bergen County without incorporating, our friends and neighbors in Montclair and Jersey City and Secaucus and, Newark. Newark is very much involved in a lot of the things that go on in northern New Jersey. So as I, started going further into this whole media space, and getting more and more serious about it, I realized, okay, I can't so much leave out the community at large, because we are very much interconnected. A lot of people have, family in other areas that are, they come here, we go there. A lot of times I see the same people at a lot of the different events, and we overlap in many ways. So the best way to mesh all of these different facets together is to just broaden my net, and include everybody
So
into
Tevra,
what I'm doing.
excuse me, I'm gonna take you back a little bit because I'm
Mhm.
curious. When
Yes.
you moved to New Jersey,
Yes.
were you did you already have a business, or were you working a full-time corporate job?
I was working at New York's largest hospital. um, Most well known, most highest rated. I'll leave the names out, but I was working in a hospital in New York City. So that's my background is in healthcare, and Medicare compliance is my actual background. Um, Parlay that into my master's degree is in health services administration. And so, I can help you run your hospital technically. And so, yeah, that's what I was doing. I was helping people run their departments in a hospital. So, a media person, I was not. I've always had an interest in media, and I've always had an interest in the arts and entertainment, since college and even before that. But as far as career, I've been in insurance. I've been in everything having to do with the business side of healthcare. That's what I was doing. So this is the fun part of me, but like the business part, the briefcase part, like my husband says, the business lady part was always in something having to do with healthcare. So
So tell me about the business lady who was working in healthcare.
uh-huh.
What was that big need you had? You mentioned it, where to get your hair done, where to go to church,
Mhm.
just finding services that we all take for granted.
You
Uh,
know,
what was the big thing you needed that really got you on a hunt? That's when you found it, you said, okay, now I need to tell everybody.
Like I said, I'm from California. So jumping from California, moving down south, and then coming from the south, and that whole lifestyle going straight into New York City and subways and buses and you know all of that stuff. It was very much a jolt. It was a huge culture shock. And so just the simple things like I have natural hair. And so just the simple act of getting my hair done, it was like, do I go to Harlem? And then you go to Harlem, it's just like, oh my God, like what how do I do? It's just like, it's like it was just so much of a culture shock. And I was like, there has to be an easier way. Like I see, African Americans, I see Black people in their cars in my neighborhood in Fort Lee. Like, where are they going? Where do they live? Like, should I follow them? Where do people live? I know they live somewhere. They don't all live in New York. I have to live here somewhere. You start hearing, about different things. I did a lot of Google searches. I found an app called Swivel, and that app led me to the Tina Pearson Salon. Shout out to Tina. Tina's my girl. Led me to the Tina Pearson Salon, which I go to every time I can get an appointment. She's very much booked and busy, but I still go there to this day. And from there, that's when it came like evident that this needs to be a thing. Like there needs to be somebody that kind of spreads the word even more so about like these types of services. But again, I was still working at the hospital. There was no time. I was commuting. There was no time. So when I, later on became available, I'll put it in that term. I became available to think about my possibilities and having more time to start my own business. That's when it became something that I thought about. Okay, well, maybe this could be a thing. But for a while there, I was still in the job hunt. I still wanted to be back in the hospital. But when that became, especially going in our own, personal life of trying to have a baby and all of those things, I kind of settled into, let me just start my business and settle into trying to have a baby, settling down, and then we'll figure it out. So that's where.
Let's talk about the birth of the first baby, starting the business.
The only baby, yes. The one and only.
The first baby comes about. We all get very comfortable calling her Bergen color.
Yes.
We expect her to be every place we go in Bergen County. And we expected her. I actually stopped thinking about what to do. I just looked at your Instagram page to see what does Tevra say is happening today,
Flow right off. That's the thing. Like, I used to be on top of everything, and now it's just like, it's different now. I'm getting back into the swing of things, but with Avery now, it's so different because, when they say that she takes that babies, once you become a mom, it just changes everything. Like I thought, oh, it's not so bad, but no, it's a lot. It's a lot. And, like I have a girlfriend who runs the Sisters in Business Expo, and I was literally crying tears to her the other day because I just don't understand how they do it, how they run these businesses and do all these things with small children, because I'm struggling sometimes. And she's like, girl, I cry every day. And she says, I cry every day. It's like a set time where she cries. So it's like, I felt like less alone because it was overwhelming. Some days it's just so overwhelming. And, we're in a pandemic. You don't want to put them away in a daycare or anything, but it's hard, and
you introduced Avery, so let's talk about
that's her introduction. It's hard, and I cry. She's so cute.
Her own stage. Okay, Bergen color gets a little seated to the side because now we have Avery on the way. Yeah. Fine, I get that, and we are. You're full blown, and we're all expecting to get all this information from you. You've got something great going on with Sisters in Business. They do the expo. You're promoting everything for them. You're in partnership with them. You're handling business for them. And then you get news in the middle of the pandemic that we're having company and everybody needs to move over. Tell us about Avery.
You know what? She's like the best thing that's ever happened to us, and I laugh about, it's so hard, but she's just so like, you don't want to say that your child is perfect, but she's perfect. To me, she's perfect. Every parent says that their child is perfect, but mine is actually perfect. And so I just love her so much. Like I tell my husband like I'll be in bed. It's just like Avery's just so, oh my gosh, I just can't, like your
Oh,
heart. I love her
that's
so
what you're
much.
supposed to
Yeah,
be.
she's so sweet, and she's just so good, and she makes me laugh. She's 9 months going on 10 months. She has her own little personality already, and she's just amazing. Amazing Avery. And I don't know what my
Congratulations.
life was before her. Now that I have her, but now that I have her, it's just like, it's difficult. Everything changes, but you know I just have to adjust. I'll figure it out.
So tell me about how you are managing the shift with NJ in color,
Mhm.
and tell us why you decided to make it NJ in color, because quite frankly we all think Burgundy in color was the bomb. It was rocking. You were making it happen. It
Uh-huh.
was happening and we were all responding
Mhm.
to it. I'm loving the new logo
Yes,
and I
thank
love
you.
that it's NJ in color, but
Mhm.
what made you decide to do it?
I have other plans in the future for it, and I want it to be more inclusive, just so it can be more sustainable.
Mhm.
Um, Bergen County is big, but it's also very small, especially for the community that I'm catering to. So, for that reason, for business reasons, because at the end of the day, I kind of want to think of myself as a business lady. I have to make those kind of business decisions because there is a goal, there is an end goal in mind. And so I want to be able to attract more um, eyes to the site and to the end goal that I have in mind. So for that reason, I did want to branch out. NJ does not stand for all of New Jersey because there's no way I can cover South Jersey. I am not going south. Maybe I'll
Oh,
dip
come
my toe
on. You
into
can get
Central,
some
but there's
tentacles.
no way I can do South Jersey. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry,
You
Atlantic City.
come on,
I'll
Tevra.
have
There's a way to do it. It's called partnering with some good friends down there. She's like,
you'll have to share those friends with me because I don't know anybody in South Jersey.
we'll
I'm
figure it
sorry.
out.
Okay.
The homewoman will help you
We'll
figure
do
it
a feature. We'll do just a once a year feature.
out.
But we're really trying to grow, and I have people who are ready to write, ready to get the ball rolling. I work with great photographers. Shout out to Danny and Chad and the others with Warren and all those people who really help me as far as photography. Jackie Stallworth, who um who does my graphics and my logo, and everybody who helps me. I have people who really want to see us win. So
Yeah,
with that, yeah, Bergen and Color, I loved it. I loved, we sat here and brainstormed for that name for so long, and just to like have to let it go, it's kind of like, it's bittersweet, but you have to move forward at some point, and yeah.
Tevra, in your moving forward and in your expanding into the communities and reaching out into Passaic and Hudson County, are you in Morris County?
I haven't really done much in Morris County, but that's part of the coverage area that I want to include because in Morristown there's a significant community. Yes.
Yeah. So as you're growing and expanding your reach, I know one of the things that's really important to you is your community activism. I've
Yes.
seen you engage with voter registration and just getting
Mhm.
information out,
Mhm.
ensuring that we stay engaged. You give back, you stay involved with what's
Mhm.
happening over at Never Alone Again. We share
Mhm.
that passion with them.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I know you're also on the board of Girl Scouts of Northern New Jersey. Now, are you teeing it up for Avery, or is that just a passion?
Well, I was a Girl Scout, so on my honor, like I was a Girl Scout, so she will be a Girl Scout. She can't even deny she's going to be a Girl Scout. So she can fight me on that one. But I'm on the board development committee, so I call it the baby board. One day, hopefully, they'll choose me for the board, but I'm on the board development committee, and I love it. I love the Girl Scouts of Northern New Jersey. They have excellent programming, and they're a huge organization. They do a lot for the community, and they're always looking for volunteers, troop leaders. They're really doing a push to get more girls involved, especially girls of color. and that's really a major push that they're trying to get involved, because they do a lot of STEM programming. They do a lot of just leadership. It's amazing to me how these girls are so, fearless, and they're so, just so assured of themselves, of themselves. And I look at them, it's like I was never like this when I was their age. And these girls are fantastic, and I just want more of our young girls to be in programs like this, so that they can also, just learn from each other, gain strength from each other, and be, encouraged to know that they can take over the world if they want to, or they can just be happy to be themselves, and just know that, they don't have to be anything else. They just can be who they are. And if you like science, that's awesome. If you like selling cookies, that's awesome. But they do so many things. They do nature, they do everything else. So Girl Scouts of New Jersey, shout out to them. I love being part of their organization.
I was a Girl Guide, which is the older version that they have in the British system. And
Uh-huh.
so I totally get that.
Yeah, it's amazing. They had their gala a couple weeks ago, which I
I
still have
do
to
say, I
post. But
love it.
it's an amazing organization. If you have girls, if you have cousins or girls in your life, just encourage them to even look into it, because I think it's a transformative experience for young girls, especially in this day and age with all the influences that are around them. It's really good.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what's on the horizon for NJ in Color. I'm
Mhm.
excited. I cannot wait. I'm even like chomping at the bits for it to give you an invitation, which I'll throw in at the end.
Oh,
But how are you incorporating the NJ in Color with the rest of your civic duties and civic activities? I happen to know
mhm.
that you are very engaged in the community through different organizations. You
Mhm,
want to tell
mhm.
us about those and how you're blending that into the whole NJ in Color.
Yeah, so I just talked about, Girl Scouts, and during the 2020 fall 2020, I became a member of the best sorority, in my opinion, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, fall 2020 line, the 30 Revolutionary Pearls. Shout out to my sorors of the Bergen County Alumni chapter,
What's it
and
called? 30?
the 30 Revolutionary Pearls, because again, we are revolutionary, and I'm, so yeah, so I try to bring a piece of me into everything that I do. And so a piece of me is my business, and a piece of me is what what I bring to the table. So anything that they are a part of, I try to bring it into Bergen in Color, or NJ in Color. I can't even get my own name right. I try to bring it to NJ in Color in some form of fashion without overlapping. That there are guidelines for various things. And a lot of the tenets that Delta Sigma Theta stands for, they wholeheartedly are what I stand for. So their 5 programmatic thrusts. That's what I stand for.
So
All
for
day. So that's everything that I do is with that in mind. So I want to uplift my community. I want to provide information. I want to be reliable, and I want to be trustworthy, and I don't want to lead people astray. So everything that I do, if it's not, I don't follow trends. I don't jump on bandwagons. I try to stay on topic, and if I don't jump on something, it's because I kind of we'll pull back and wait and see what's going on, and then come out with the actual information from a source that I feel is reliable.
well, good
And
for you.
and that's kind of how I operate, because I know that it's not just me. It's I represent a lot of various things. So it's kind of me trying to be responsible for my people,
Good for
because it's
you.
not just me anymore.
So if I understand correctly, you had a very quiet period over the pandemic. You didn't
Mhm,
get much done because Bergen
mhm,
in Color was everywhere. You
mhm,
got pregnant, had a
mhm,
baby,
mhm,
rebranded, and
mhm,
whew, here we are,
mhm.
2022. You are busting out.
It's a slow busting out, but I'm trying. I'm still
I
trying.
talk about great use of time and
Mhm.
really being deliberate. I
Yeah.
truly respect that you are
Thank you.
deliberate about the information that you convey
Mhm.
and that you're careful with your source. God,
Mhm.
in this day of misinformation, that is so important.
You
So
have to be
well.
careful. Yeah.
Okay, so since you've rebranded Tevra
Mhm.
and NJ in Color is now the new,
Mm-hmm.
phase of
Mm-hmm.
Burgundy Color. How do we find you? Where do we find you?
Okay, so like I was saying earlier, this is the messiest rollout, but it's still a rollout nonetheless. Um, in my mind, done is better than perfect sometimes.
Yep.
And it's not perfect because burgundycolor.com still works. It will always work because, again, we've done so much under that brand. It's still going to have to work for this. So njincolor.com is the website. You can find me on social media at njincolor, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And if you put in the search bar on YouTube for NJ in Color, it works there as well. And follow us. You can join our mailing list. We're going back to the business list has been getting regular newsletters. So if you're a business owner, join our mailing list as a business owner, and we will add you, and you can get our regular list. There's a Facebook group for the business community, and then also our regular mailing list goes out to the community. We just restarted it, and that has hundreds of people on there waiting to get updates. If you have events, you can email me at publisher@njincolor.com or event calendar at
Slow down. Slow
njincolor.com.
down. So
Oh.
if there is an event that
Mm-hmm.
we want to have included,
Mm-hmm.
please send an email over to publisher@njincolor.com. Yes?
Yes. Yes.
Got it.
And yeah, that goes for anything. And if you want to advertise, you can use that same email. And we have packages available, and we can help get your brand or your business or your product in front of thousands.
I love it. Well, Tevra, I have an invitation for NJ in Color for
Mm-hmm.
something that's going to be taking place in Essex County in
Oh.
Newark. And it's for the Newark School of the Art is hosting their annual gala. And we theme that, what do we call it? In Bloom, Talent in Bloom.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be taking place May 24th. I will personally send you over an invitation, and you'll be our guest.
Weekend.
And
Mm-hmm.
that will be NJ in Color's first time, well, so to speak, NJ in Color in Newark, so to speak, in spring. I know you've been there, but
I'll be there in the spring, but I'm coming.
We'll have you there. I would love to show you off as my
Mhm.
Birkin sister in Essex County, showing that we do consider Essex County all part of home. This
Yes.
is exciting. I am so looking forward to what's on the horizon for NJ in Color. Is there anything in particular we should be looking for soon?
You know what? Just follow, and we have some things coming up for Juneteenth. Hopefully, if I can get everything squared away for that. Also, our partners at the Sisters in Business Expo have the Mamapreneur Brunch coming this Saturday, May 7th, at the Robert Treat Hotel in Newark. Tickets are on sale now, and I will be there. And it's going to be a lot of fun for the mamas and mama supporters. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Tickets, Tevra, can we get tickets?
It's going to be you can go to the Sisters in Business Expo website, sibexpo.us, and you'll see the link on their website. So SIB Expo on all social media, and you can see their information there.
And it's called Mompreneur Brunch for Mother's
Mamapreneur. Mamapreneur.
Mamapreneur Brunch.
Mamapreneur Brunch.
That's exciting. It's such a pleasure chatting with you, Tevra. It's so exciting. I cannot wait to get my hands on Avery. I mean, the pandemic has kept us apart for way too long. We'll see you in Newark, May 24th, because we're going to host you for Talent in Bloom with the New York School of the Art.
Mm-hmm.
And to all the moms out there, happy Mother's Day, Tevra. Is this your second? Oh, it's your first Mother's Day.
First Mother's Day as a mom.
Say it so. Happy Mother's Day, darling.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And happy Mother's Day, everybody. Thank you for having me. Happy Mother's Day, Deidre.
Such a pleasure. I'm going to take a moment to wish a special Mother's Day to some of our viewers who are our super fans. And I call them my bonus mom or my mom sisters. They are, of course, you saw Miss Ellie at the start of the show. So happy Mother's Day, Miss Ellie. Happy Mother's Day to Tammy Felton over at State Farm. She's a supporter and friend. She said to tell you hello. Deidre, if this wouldn't happen without you. And of course, your big sis, my favorite, not sis, but big sis.
Mhm.
We want to say happy Mother's Day to Janine. Of course, we want to say happy Mother's Day and soon happy birthday to none other than Mrs. Tate, that we lovingly call Sandy, Miss Sandy. Of course, to my sisters, Dawn, Debbie, Marietta, Sister Millie, mwah, happy Mother's Day. So many more people to wish love to. And of course, Miss Nellie, you know how much we love you. Happy Mother's Day. We will see you all soon. I'm Natalie B. McKenzie, and I wish you enough life to live, enough joy to give, enough love to share. I wish you enough. Good night.